Welcome to the Holley Hub. Here's our 2 cents on current events.
In between the upstate New York cities of Buffalo and Rochester lies a very small, quiet, rural village known as Holley. It is a very farming-based community with a population of less than 2,000 people. Holley was established in 1850, but was first known as Saltport. It was later changed to Holley after Myron Holley, a commissioner of the Erie Canal and a strong fighter against slavery.
At the height of the Vietnam War, Holley sent their finest men to the southeast of Asia. While serving for their country, 7 men lost their lives. It was the most deaths per capita of any town in America. This impacted the town greatly and was the beginning of a long-standing tradition of Holley residents caring for their fellow neighbors. When people struggle or are negatively impacted in some sort of way, Holley people will do anything in their power to help because in this town, no one fights alone.
At the center of this community is the Holley Central School District, home of the Hawks. There are 2 buildings, one K through 6th, and the other 7 through 12. With the size of the town, it's safe to say the school district isn't much different. Following the tradition of caring for your fellow neighbor, the teachers, students, and staff work together as one. To call it an educational community is an understatement. The word family is a better choice.
From handing out dinners and gifts during the holiday seasons to cleaning up the village every spring, the Hawk bond can't be broken.
When truly dark days arrive, that bond deepens even further. This past year, a Holley staff member was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Mrs. Holly Moore, following her diagnosis, had to take a brief time off so she could receive treatment. In the fall, when the students returned, so did Miss Moore. Despite the fact that she was still going through treatment and was dealing with a lot of pain, she came back to her students. Showing our support, the staff and students created t-shirts in her honor, with the proceeds going to her fight. She's still fighting, but the finish line is in sight, and all of us cheering her on for her finish. We've continued to support her through her fight, just as she has supported us all these years. In her own words, when one of ours needs our help, everyone is there.
One young man in particular, Evan Valentine, embodies the town of Holley. Born December 7, 2002, Evan is a 16-year-old version of the town he calls home. Born and raised here his whole life, his heartwarming personality and smile are something beyond contagious. In his spare time, you can find him holding down first chair French horn in band class, racing down the slopes of Bristol Mountain on a snowboard, or defending his goal on the soccer field. A fond memory all Holley residents can remember is Evan's role as the Cowardly Lion in our school's most recent adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. When he jumped on a stage dress in his full costume and began to sing and make jokes, the audience could not stop laughing. Tears of laughter ran down everyone's cheeks the entire time. He was definitely the talk of the town after that. Throughout his whole life, Evan has been somebody other students and even adults look up to as a model citizen. He's somebody who's caring, thoughtful, respectful, but most of all, he's strong and is never afraid to face his challenges head on. Evan's most recent challenge is probably his toughest. In October of 2018, Evan was diagnosed with leukemia. Once this news reached our town, waves of support opened up. In a school as small as ours, everyone knows Evan, and so instead of us telling you about him, some of our class decided to pay him a visit at the Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester, New York. We had a few questions for him, and as usual, Evan stole the show.
Hi, I'm Jake Peters, and I'm here at the Golisano Children's Hospital here with Evan. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Today we're going to start off with some questions about Evan and, how he's doing. Not all of them are going to be serious. Not all of them are going to be funny, but because, Evan's just a guy who's off the wall, has some comedy to him. So let's get started with the first question. This is a serious one. Were you surprised about the support from the town?
Yeah. I was very surprised. My benefit sold over 500 dinners. I was really surprised, and I was really glad that I could actually go to my benefit.
Yeah, I was there, and all those raffles and stuff were really
over 200 baskets.
Oh yeah, I of course didn't win anything, so my luck is terrible. But yeah, it seemed like everyone was really there to support you.
Yeah, a lot of orange shirts.
A lot of orange shirts. I got a band, but I'm not wearing it today. But anyway, on to the next one. This is from, our entire current events class comes up with some of them. And here's one. Why are you a legend at Mario Kart?
Because I win every time.
I mean, that's a good, assumption. All right, and on to the next one. How do you feel like it'll be coming back to school?
I feel I will be really, really popular for like the first month, maybe month and a half, and then it'll start declining and go back to the way it was before.
Yeah, I mean, people just miss you, but I bet you just can't wait to get back to your normal routine.
Yeah, well, I wake up at 9:30 here, so.
Oh, that is. I hate getting up 6:30 or 6 o'clock every morning. I get up.
I was lucky. I got up at 7.
Oh yeah, you got a late bus or like a later bus?
No, I got drove into school every day.
Oh,
took the bus home though.
Oh, okay, yeah. Every morning, I was up at 6 on the bus at like 6:45. So, it was I didn't have much time, but we got there. Even if I was still half asleep.
Yeah, always half asleep.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're at school. All right, on to the next one. This is a funny one. What was your worst wipeout while snowboarding?
Oh, man. So last year at the end of the season, I took a nosedive, rolled my ankle pretty hard.
I remember you said you hurt your ankle.
Yeah.
Was it Vermont or was it in Bristol?
It was at Bristol.
I think I remember that.
And I went in for x-rays that night. The musical was the next week.
Really?
And I couldn't have broken my ankle. So I ended up not having a broken ankle. It was sprained, but had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. What was the play last year? I forget.
I was the Lion in the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah. That's right, the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, this is like a good topic for me too, because I snowboard. We snowboarded a couple times. You took me down my first double black diamond, and I snowplowed the whole way down, but you still stuck with me.
Yeah.
Which was, nice of you, even though I'm bad at it. But, so, how's your time been at the hospital?
It's been good, besides for when I'm on the chemo.
Mm-hmm.
Eating well.
That's good.
Yeah. Always trying to fatten up.
They got good food here, is it?
Not really.
I mean, that's to be expected.
But I do eat a lot of Wegmans food, so.
That's good, like the turkey and stuff. Like,
oh yeah.
My family gets
subs.
that for dinner. Oh yeah. Well, that's better than Subway, I think, somewhere.
Yeah.
But all right, this is gonna be the last one here. But when did you become so infatuated with Jesus? Now, before you answer, I would just like to say, Maddie Marsh, please do not give me a question that says infatuated ever again, because this is probably what grinds my gears the most, is words that don't have to be used when, in certain situations like this. But go ahead now. Sorry.
Well, I started to like Cheez-Its in 7th grade, really like them every day.
Yeah.
And then it kind of took off from there. Usually it's about 2 packs a day at school. The little small packages.
Yeah. I remember in health every day. Pull them out.
Yeah.
And in chorus too, right?
Chorus, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a lunch period this year,
And they gave you crap for it every day.
Yeah.
Never forget.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
So, I actually haven't eaten any Cheez-Its since I've been up here because of my taste buds.
It's no Cheez-Its, huh?
But I'm surviving.
You survived. They're
through.
weaning you off. That's why. That's a good thing about this. Get you off the addiction.
Yeah.
Okay, but with that, is there anything else that you'd like to say to the listeners before we go play some bubble hockey?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the community for supporting me, my benefit, and everything that has led up to here.
All right, well, that was a good message. Thank you a lot. Thank you for your time, too. It's been really great talking to you.
Thank you.
During Evan's fight, the community of Holley has been there in support. Would you like to talk about the shirts, Eli?
Sure. The shirts are orange because it represents leukemia, and they're $10. The students and staff wear the t-shirts every Friday to help remind the community that Evan can't fight alone. On the shirt it says, "In this family, no one fights alone." The proceeds of the shirts were donated to Evan and his family. You can also buy bracelets for $1, and they have a soccer ball because he loves soccer and plays soccer, and a music note because he's a member of the band and chorus. Jordan, do you want to talk about the Pennies for Evan?
Sure. Pennies for Evan. It's just a way for people to donate pennies and extra change to help Evan and his family. And in classrooms, at school, and in local gas stations around the Holley area. But that's not the only thing that we've done to help out Evan, is it, Eli?
No, it's not. So this past November, our community held a spaghetti dinner fundraiser for Evan. At this event, there were around 600 dinners sold.
Now that's a lot of spaghetti.
Yeah, it was. There were also over 120 baskets donated for the basket raffles, as well as 8 silent auctions. This fundraiser was put together by the community for the community. All of Evan's soccer teammates were at the dinner as well as the girls' soccer team. Toward the end of the dinner, there were 2 50-50 raffles, the last one being around $400. Once the winner of the raffle got the money, she handed it right to Evan himself. It was such a touching moment and a true representation of how great our community can really be.
If living in Holley has taught us one thing, it's that being in a small community creates a family. A family that will pick you up when you fall and be there for you when you need the support. That's it for the Holley Hub podcast. Thank you for listening.